The term or definition of the word woke, I think, has been overused and stretched so much that it's lost a lot of its meaning. It's kind of an annoying word in some ways, but I do think it's key to recognize a primary definition. People want to say that if you care about social issues, that you're woke. Well, people have cared about social issues on the left, certainly, maybe even some on the right, for decades, but there's something different about what's going on today. The key to woke, the key to the true definition of woke, is it's illiberal. It is against liberalism, the idea that I have a point of view and you have a point of view. I have a right to my point of view, and so do you. When you saw LGBT activists in the 90s, for example, they were talking about, fighting for their rights and maybe get married, to join the military. But most of that movement was, hey, get to know us. We're normal like you. We just happen to be born in a way where we're attracted to the same sex. But other than that, we're just like you. Will and Grace, popular culture. They wanted questions. They wanted people to gay Americans wanted their neighbors to get to know them better. That's not woke. That's not in the realm of woke. The LGBT movement today, at least the extreme part, does things like, you're questioning trans issues. You can't do that. You're canceled. You're done. You don't have a right to your opinion. Well, things like puberty blockers or something parents and adults for children might want to talk about. Maybe the issue is more complicated and there's a right side and a wrong side, and the wrong side can't exist. That's woke. When it comes to the BML riots, the Black Lives Matter riots, you're either with them or you're racist. You're absolutely a racist if you were against what they were doing. Well, maybe it's a little more complicated than that. Maybe we could talk about the reality of police brutality and also the reality that we need police, which is something you couldn't say at one point because it's woke. There's only one opinion. You believe what I believe or you're racist. Well, now the American right is copying the left. After years of picking on the left and their safe spaces and their sensitivities, facts don't care about your feelings. Ben Shapiro made a career off this kind of stuff. With what's going on in Israel and Gaza, we're seeing the American right, and a lot of centrist Democrats are like this too, but I'm pointing my finger at the right because they're the biggest hypocrites on that. They're saying that if you criticize what the Israeli government is doing in Gaza, you're an anti-Semite. The U.S. House just passed a bill basically saying that, broadly defining what an anti-Semite is, but basically anything critical of Israel, you're wrong. You can't say that. You don't have a right to your point of opinion. You're a racist. You're an anti-Semite. Well, isn't that exactly what the left does on all these other issues? But you see conservatives making this argument. I'm sorry, but we have a First Amendment in the United States. That House bill completely flies in the face of it. But why would conservatives, after all this time, say, you don't have a right to your opinion, you're racist, shut up, we're going to pass bills saying that? Believe me, the left would like to pass all sorts of hate speech bills, and have in some places. Why do conservatives want to pass their own hate speech bill? When we're talking about hate speech, we're not talking about anything real to begin with, because the First Amendment protects all speech. In 1978, when Nazis marched through Skokie, Illinois, the ACL defended them. Nobody agreed with Nazi speech, very few at least, I would hope, but it was defended because that's how we are. So, just like trans issues, just like issues related to race or racially tinged issues, maybe this whole thing in Israel and Gaza is a little more complicated than just saying, I have a right in my opinion, you do not, you're an anti-Semite if you believe otherwise. Because that's what the right is doing right now. Maybe it's worth talking about, maybe if there are too many innocent civilians being killed in Gaza that is disproportionate to responding to the terrorist attacks on Israel on October 7th. That's a perfectly legitimate issue. They talk about that in Israel. Are things in the Jerusalem Post going to be now considered anti-Semitic under American law if this stuff goes far enough? So no, I was with the right. I'm on the right. I'm a conservative. I'm a libertarian in mocking the left for saying that we should inhibit speech. We can't have hate speech or misinformation or however they want to do it. We laughed at them. But now the right is doing it too. And so now we have a woke right wing as well. And I'm not too happy about that. I'm for free speech. I'm an American first. First Amendment rules. We don't need wokeness on the right or anywhere else.